All right, what's up, YouTube? Just another update here. So as you guys know, this just yesterday, Lucid rolled out their Lucid Black account. So I did scoop up a few of those, and I had the opportunity today over the course of what little short New York session we had to take a trade, and I want to talk a little bit about that. But I also want to talk about a giveaway that I'm going to be doing real soon, and to tune in for that. If this is your first time streaming in here, obviously give a like and subscribe. It means a lot and helps me out a little bit here. So. But let's just dive right into this. So, coming into today, we obviously knew we had a shorter bit. Actually, over the course of the overall session, there were a lot of good opportunities here. And I will talk about two overnight setups. One in which I took. I used my Take Profit Trader Pro account. And if you follow my Instagram, you will already know that I did short the NQ. And I shorted the NQ actually over here just over the course of the Asia session. And I managed to have an opportunity to capture about 40 points down. And so that was really solid for myself because when I caught this trade, which was about right here, by the way, let me just highlight this a little bit better for you guys. I did short right within this area. And so after I took the short, I was risking 20 points, which was just roughly above my channel area here. And I caught my 40 points. So that was about a 2-hour trade. And I did that with actually 4 minis over the course of the Asia session. So again, it's already posted on Instagram, so you can catch it there if you want to see that. Overall, solid day. And within an hour or two, I'll be able to request for that daily payout. That was about a $3,000 day, which is really solid. The other trade I did not catch, but this ties into the 200 EMA indicator spot that I spoke about during my 2025 recap. And so this was really nice as we had this very large gap down move over the Asia session. We had a continuation to the downside in which when we came into the London session, so about 12:38, 12:40 Pacific Standard Time, we had a nice double top here of the VWAP and 200 EMA, which essentially gave us the first move down. And then we had a lower high rejection of my channel here at 394.5 and sent us all the way down, which depending on what you were looking for, you could have caught between, what is that, say you entered about here, about 380 to the low here of 258. So that's about, give or take, about a 70 to 80 point trade to the downside. Obviously, depending on how much of that you held on to. So that was also probably another clean trade, referencing the extended move retest of the 200 EMA on the 2-minute time frame there. But the trade that I took with the Lucid Black account today, which locked in what I needed, which was about 55% of the way of the consistency rule. As a refresher, it only requires 60% consistency. But I did lock in my $1,560 that I needed for part 1 of 2. And so I marked the candle here. This was the opening candle for the New York session today, even though it was short. And what I'd like to highlight here is that what we had as a nice move here was over the course of the New York session here, after we pulled back up and tagged the level up here, we came back down and we tested the New York opening print again. And this would have been a nice higher low setup for longs had anyone want to take it, right? And so for me, though, I was on my Top Step account. I wanted to actually short this. And I did have a really nice move down, by the way. Like I shorted this area right here because I was looking to see if we can get a little bit more. Again, this is where like I was a little greedy today in that regard, in that setup. I really thought I was going to be able to get a little bit more of a continuation down and maybe have a bit more follow through. So I was looking for about a 3R trade, which my target was here. I posted this in the Discord as well. It was about $1,500 that I was aiming for, and I was risking 500. And so it did hit about at this marker point here. This was about $1,200. And so had I just gone for 2R, I actually would have been able to get my target and walk away on that Top Step account. But instead, I took a $500 loss. It is what it is. I moved on. It's a game of probability. I knew I had a higher probability for 2R, but I really wanted to see if we could go for 3R. So that is in the end of the day, that is my bad for trying to push past the New York opening print, but for someone else that offered a great opportunity for longs. Now, I talk a lot about this as well, which is like, just because there's not a short, it doesn't mean necessarily there's a long. So I didn't jump into a straight immediately after. I waited actually for a while, watched this consolidation, and you can see how we held this 307 level here, and we pushed up and we broke out above the VWAP. Again, I didn't tag any of this. It wasn't until we came back down, in which, by the way, this pullback area wasn't a random spot. I actually had this as a top-down analysis spot. So it did reject off at a key, very important spot for me. But the way that we came back down and put in a failure to go lower at this 332 level. So I looked at this as a resistance flip support setup off of a level, and the fact that we had this nice engulf candle close above the VWAP. I treated this as a trading the New York opening print strength to the upside with a higher low off a level, with obviously some candle bars to give us some confirmation engulfing the VWAP. So I actually entered here with three minis, and I risked with my stop loss just beneath the level, and I targeted just about the high of day here, which I got about an exit of 25 points. Of course, it continued on, but again, just like how I did this time, I didn't want to repeat that same thought of going into the opening. I really didn't want to go into the resistance that I had marked. So, and 25 points was all I needed based on the binary risk and the mathematics that I put together with three minis on 25 points. That gave me exactly what I needed in order for me to achieve my necessary profits to get part one of two to pass this Lucid Black account. And so I'm looking forward. If the setup presents itself, I will look to get in the other bit of the trade so I can pass this account and get into the funded stage with this new Lucid Black, and to go through the motion of the ocean of the 3-day trading cycle before I can request my first payout with this new account. I did this actually last time when Lucid first launched their Flex account. I did the exact same thing, got the evals, passed, got the payout, got my first payout, and I posted all about them. So I'm trying to do the same thing again with the Lucid Black accounts, okay? So that's the trade for today. Last thing I want to also talk about is that I will be doing a Lucid Black account giveaway, actually, and I will be doing this on Instagram. So if you're not already following me there as well, definitely give me a follow. I'll put it in the description as well so that you guys can see what my IG handle is. But I will be posting that soon, and that will be a giveaway. Okay, so it is going to have some rules requirement usual, follow me on IG, like to post, that type of deal, right? And as well as taking advantage of my AZT code for 40% off the Black accounts, because it is a limit of 5 per trader at the moment. So anyways, I will put that as well on IG, and I'll have that up soon. And anyways, with that, if you have any other questions or any thoughts, drop the comment down below. And also, last thing I just remembered, it just sounds like after all the controversy about the Pro account being removed, Lucid's bringing back the Pro accounts again. And what they're going to do is they're going to gauge to see which of the accounts sell the least. So for example, if the Pros end up selling less, they will still get rid of it likely. But if the direct accounts end up being like quashed because the Pro, the Flex, and the Black accounts become more valuable, there's a possibility they might get rid of the direct accounts. So anyways, we'll see what that looks like. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I will catch you guys around next time.